What stops this process? Well, typically it's when we when we draw a conclusion somewhere, right? The Buddha is sitting under the Bodhi tree. Something comes along, and he thinks to himself, "Oh, this is significant." And clearly something about this needs to take place. I got to take action on this. And out into the world he goes. But he's no longer sitting under the Bodhi tree at that point. Jesus walks out into the desert. But on day 10, decides that, what they really need is an uprising. throw those Romans off. And so back into town he goes. Even though the story isn't finished. And this is the this is the play of life. Doesn't feel like play when we're in it typically. Why do we turn, why do we why do we come to a halt? Sometimes we do it because we're in pain. We've met something difficult inside. And of course we often see it outside in the world as well, right? It's in our lives. It's woven right into the fabric of our life. This problem, this difficulty. So it seems really clear that it's not a problem in us. It's not a thing to be faced inside of us. It's a thing out there. The problem is I've got the wrong job. The problem is I've got the wrong partner. The problem is I can't find the right one. The problem is I'm just not getting along with my kid. And so we walk away from the tree. We come back from the desert for however long. until we remember that this is just the surface of life that we're seeing out there. It's just the shell. Just the outward form. Maybe you've never heard I think it's referred to sometimes as the responsibility pledge, which, makes it sound like something we take when it's more just how things work. But it's a passage from A Course in Miracles. And it goes like this. I am responsible for what I see. I choose the feelings I experience, and I decide upon the goal I would achieve. And everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for and receive as I have asked. Some of us chose this path very consciously. For me, that did and did not feel like a choice. It felt like I have to do this. There's nothing else of value. And there was also a choice made in gratitude for having my sorry ass lifted out of off the trash heap of life, which is where alcoholics and addicts tend to find ourselves. So that's a conscious choice. God, life, give me whatever I need. Whatever I need to know you, to know myself. I came to trust in general that life was going to give me opportunities to allow awakeness to shine more brightly, penetrate more deeply my humanness, my brokenness. And still managed to get lost. All, oh, so many, many, many times. Because, I just, I really want to be in relationship. Got all kinds of desires and needs, distorted desires and needs coming from that neurotic self. And so life just keeps giving us what we need to wake up. And whether it's something we chose in a really conscious way or not, it's what we've got. And coming into alignment with that is not always easy. I had a period once where I just needed to be angry, pissed off at the world and at God. And every morning and every evening, I had a little commute, maybe 45 minutes. And 45 minutes in the morning and 45 minutes on the way home. I would just, I would sing along to the Threepenny Opera. And the Threepenny Opera is dark. It's dark. It's all about being poor, put upon, a victim of life and circumstance. All the nastiness that comes, can come with being really, really poor. We're talking poor money-wise, poor spirit-wise, right? So there's murder in there. There's hypocrisy. There's prostitution. Jealousy. Rivalry. And I would just sing along with it. Sing my heart out. Just pour my anger and my rage out. Top of my lungs. but only for 6 months. For 6 months I had to do that. It was a beautiful thing that I didn't really buy into it too much, right? I didn't. Once in a while, I'd be like, "Wow, this is really going on for a while now." but I didn't get too hung up on that, and I would get in the car and I would just let it rip, let it flow. Top of my lungs. Just abusing life, God, people, the world, and the cruelness of life. To this day, I couldn't really tell you what it was about. But I had to do it. There's all kinds of ways I could have gotten hung up on that. Right? Oh, I'm not allowed to be angry at God. I'm not allowed to be angry at the world. Here I am. The world's beautiful. Life is good. Would have been very simple. To not allow that to move through my system. I could have said, why is this coming up? There's nothing particularly bad bad happening in my life. Shut it down. Could have gone to therapy, right? Tried to figure out the sort of psychological roots and underpinnings of it all. And I just wanted to rip. I just wanted to be released, seen, felt, and experienced. So, what have you signed up for? Did you sign up for the easy path? The one where everything gets to be charming, fun, just full of love, people dancing around the maypole? Just grinning like a maniac? Smiling with murder in your heart? It's certainly out there in the world. And if it's out there, to be the one, we don't get to avoid anything. Sure, the Buddha's in here. And Hitler's in here too. Is this what you signed up for. Can you choose this? Even if you're not really sure you signed up for it. It's good to know. It's useful to know just how deep our desire for freedom goes. Because this is an all or nothing deal. And if you're not there, that's fine. If you haven't found your agreement with all or nothing yet, don't sweat it. It's good to know that too. That is called being honest. It's not something we can fake. All or nothing. We don't get to fake all or nothing. There's lots of things we don't get to fake. Most things, right? But this is what we're talking about. If you're in this to feel better, just to feel better, maybe consider, I don't know, a different path. What that path would be, I don't know either, but, find out. It's useful. It's worthwhile to know one's own commitment. the direction is not, I am responsible for what I see. I choose the feelings I experience. I decide upon the goal I would achieve. And everything that seems to happen to me, I ask for and receive as I have asked. It's not, oh, I don't like this, and this, and this, and this. And because I'm responsible, let's change all these things. To suit ourselves, to suit our little neurotic self. It's to know that I am responsible, that I asked for this. And to come into alignment with it. With it being life, your life, my life. To surrender to it. And to surrender to what we are. It's hard to do that when we're still want it all to look a certain way, to feel a certain way. Good. We want it to feel good. And, to look really cool for us. So if you've never found out the depths of your sincerity, try it out. And if you're willing to go all the way, don't be too surprised by what life gives you. It's what you asked for. If only if only I grew as much from the beautiful, sublime moments as I do and have done from the painful ones. Did you hear the beauty in the train?